we're going to talk about starch gelatinization. It might be important for everybody to know what that is. So if you looked at a starch molecule or a granule, whatever you want to call it, it looks like this. Starch by nature is insoluble in water. You stick a piece of starch in water, it is going to sit at the bottom of the water. Nothing is going to happen. What do? We heat up the water. At about 50 degrees C, that starch starts to absorb that water. Then you get to about 80 to 90 degrees C, and it will start to rupture that cell open. And what that does is it gives the animal access to the nutrition inside. If you feed a human, an animal, any of us, we can't process raw starch very well. So why is that important? Well, we obviously have to do that in order to gelatinize the starch, which gives the animal all of that access. Most of our feed is probably corn, which is mostly starch. So the other important thing about starch gelatinization is it's what gives us a better quality pellet. So when you gelatinize starch, it creates a glue, a matrix that holds that pellet together. When we talk about starch gelatinization, it requires three things: temperature, moisture, and time. Keep that in mind as we go through here. So when we talk about getting all of this done, size reduction is a really important piece in being able to do this. Well, why do we do that? It increases the surface area of your particles. When we talk about time, temperature, and moisture, you increase the surface area, it decreases the amount of time required to absorb that moisture and homogenize inside that particle. There's better mix integrity, so getting inside that pellet every piece of what that animal needs, because what we're trying to do is reduce selective feeding. It's just like your kids. If you give your kids a candy bar and broccoli, which are they gonna eat? They're gonna eat the candy bar every time. They're gonna leave your broccoli. What we do by pelleting feed is we reduce the selective feeding. We put all the ingredients into one pellet, and they don't have a choice. They have to eat the candy bar and the broccoli together. So we have three ways to reduce size on particles. We're going to talk about two of them because 99% of you are probably using a hammer mill for your size reduction. The other option is a roller mill. So hammer mill, one of the key variables here, it's not just screen size. So we can't go in and just change the screen size and expect to get what we want out. There are other variables as well. There's tip speed, there's airflow, there's hammer count. All of those play a crucial role in your standard deviation coming out of your hammer mill. Option two, roller mill. So there are a lot of advantages to a roller mill. One, it's a lower cost per ton to operate. Two, your standard deviation gets better. When I talk about standard deviation, this is a little graph I like to show. So if you look at the two of these, I've overlaid one over the other. Roller mill in green, hammer mill in red. The roller mill has an average particle size of 708 microns. The hammer mill has an average particle size of 712. But if you look at those graphs are completely different. Why is this important? For all the nutritionists in the room, you guys want bigger particles, right? Because it's better for the animal. If you ask operations want smaller particles because it make a better quality product, they're easier to process. Well, you're both right. So if you look at this graph, they have the same average, but totally different top size, totally different fines. These particles here and there are negative to both operations and nutrition.